cracking, YouTube? It's me, your host Toon, aka the Comic Book Thug. Once again, bringing another comic book review. Sorry about that. I had to adjust my position because I was kind of far back. But Comic Book Thug, bringing another comic book review. This time it's for Secret Wars, number 2 of 8. Loving the cover, just a whole bunch of Thors. And I thought this was when I first saw it. I thought like, okay, this is gonna be like. So I know the Thors are coming up with their own book just called The Thors. So that's what I thought this was. I was like, okay, this is going to be about the Thors, but in actuality, it's about it's still the Secret Wars, the whole story of, but the Thors play a big part in it. And let me just get into the comic book review so you can know. So the book opens up and we see a young boy who looks like a young Thor. He's about to pick up a hammer, and well, we see one who tries to pick up a hammer, and I don't think he can. And then we see another one step up, and he picks up the hammer, and the thunder, the regular stuff when Thor's picking up the hammer, but he doesn't get the costume and everything. He's still like, it looks like he's in a giant diaper. But as we turn around, we see that it's a lot of Thors behind him, and they all serve the same purpose, and they all yell justice. And we see an elder Thor who looks like Odin's son, who looks like Odin, the Allfather, looks like the Allfather, but I don't think it's him. But it looks like, because it looks like got the eye patch and everything. But they're basically like, to make it long story short, they're basically like the police force for this new world. They're the ones that hand out the justice and make sure everything's in order. And they also show like them kneeling to a giant Doom head, calling him God. So in this world, on this world, they call him God Emperor Doom. So yeah, and they're in Doomguard, not Asgard, Doomguard. That's what it's called. So basically the elder takes this young Thor on a tour of everything, and shows him around where they are. And that's it. So then we go to the kingdom of Utopolis, and we see the Future Foundation. And they look a lot older. I'm guessing they're a lot older, but they do look a lot older. And we see it's Dragon Man, and if I'm not mistaken, that is I forgot the son's name. I forgot the son's name. Reed's son, but Franklin. I think it's Franklin. I could be wrong, but they're going over this. They're going over what they thought was an earthquake, when in actuality, it's actually a life raft that was that's buried. So that's pretty much that. Yeah, that's that. So then we go to we see the elder Thor and the new Thor. They went to Bar Sinister. It's just another part of this world, and I'm sure you heard this on the internet, but it's basically like Game of Thrones. Like how each is different kingdoms in Game of Thrones. That's how it is. That's how it is in Secret Wars. Like everybody got their own different kingdom, and we see Sinister. He has his own kingdom, but he has been accused of something, so he has to go stand trial. So the two Thors want to go get him, and they take him back to Castle Doom, and we see a lot of cameos all over the place. We see a giant Galactus, like he's like a watchdog like that. But like, of course, this is Doom. Everybody thinks he's a god, but Doom shaped his world. He basically made his world the way he wanted it to be. So he has the power to make Galactus, the World Eater, like a watchdog for his castle. He also has Sue Riches like as his mate, as his queen or whatever, and we see Valeria. I still don't know if I'm saying her name right, but I just call her Val. Val Riches, the daughter. She's there too, and Doctor Strange. He's like his second in command. They call him the sheriff. He's the one that like enforces the law and everything like that. So they bring they bring Sinister on trial. And more cameos. We see Apocalypse and the Four Horsemen. We see Apocalypse and the Four Horsemen. We see Maestro, the Future Hawk. and everything like that. We see Captain Britain. So so he actually so Sinister was actually found guilty, but before he could get sentenced, he said that he has the right to challenge another head of a kingdom, and if he win, like all charges are dropped or something like that. And he challenged Braddock, Braddock, you know, Captain Britain. I'm probably saying his name right, but not Burn Braddock, but his brother, his brother. So they start to fight, and well, before, when the fight first started, um um yeah, Brian Burdock is the other brother. But as soon as the fight started, Brian Burdock just cuts off Sinister head, and it looks like it's over. But then we see Sinister still beating his, like Sinister body get up and start fighting, and Sinister put his head back on, and he looks like about to kill him when Doom stops him and says that he could care less about them fighting. He wants to know about like it's a resistance, and they're actually in the kingdom of the Burdocks. So he punishes them by he says that Brian Burdock must lose his hands and his legs or something like that because he got to be punished. And the brother well and then the brother basically takes this but the older brother takes his spot. What's the older brother name again? The older brother name is yeah, Burn. Burn takes his spot, said, don't punish, it wasn't my brother name they spoke of, it was my name, so take me instead. So, thanks to Sue Richards, she asked for mercy, so because Doom was about to extinguish the whole family. But he says, you're exiled. So, he's actually exiled to, what they call the Shield, and, they give him his armor, and he falls down into this pit. He got to drop down to this pit and basically fight zombies. It's called the Deadlands, and he's fighting like zombies. And it's what else is down is Ultrons, different like a bunch of different Ultron robots down there. So basically, it's like where you go to die. It's like throwing somebody into a lion pit. But they don't show his death, so I'm sure he's gonna somehow make his way back. So back on Castle Doom, we see Thor and well on the Elder Thor talking to Doctor Strange, and he knows about the ship that just landed. And the thing about Doom is anything that may challenge the idea of him being the god and ruler, he basically he what's the word? Quarantines it. He don't want nobody around it. He doesn't want anybody around it. So Strange sends the Thors there to check it out. So when they get there, we see one of the explorers. That's the people that finds things and reports back. They might not even be called the explorers, but they find things, and but the explorers they're like very like curious or something like that. So as the explorer touches the ship opens, and he tells and the elder Thor looks inside and turns around and tells the young Thor to run, fly away, and warn everybody that death is coming. And we see a spear like goes through his face, and it's the cabinet. I mean the Cabal. Sorry, I said cabinet. The Cabal. It's the Cabal. And we see Thanos step off the ship and grab the one of the explorers, and he asks him, "What is this place called?" And he basically he says he basically called it God's kingdom, and he gave him all the names and everything, and so Thor, and that's pretty much the end of the comic. To be one of his he tells him the name, and he tells him how he basically finds out that Doom is in charge, and he's the god of this earth or whatever, and that's pretty much it. Wasn't really a good ending. It was an okay ending, but I really liked the book because the ending leads to okay. Now we see that some people, familiar faces from the former 616 universe or the Ultimate Universe, they survived the incursion. So now we know for a fact that the other ship survived. I don't even know how the Cabal survived. It was the Cabal with, I didn't say this, even with the Maker, aka the evil Reed Richards from the Ultimate Universe. They all survived. So obviously they stole the plans of the good Reed Richards and they built their own ship, which we haven't seen them yet. But I'm sure in the next issue, the good Reed Richards with the other survivors that he took on the life ship is gonna appear. So all in all, it was a great detailed book. I like how they showed the different worlds and everything. But this was the Marvel version of the Game of Thrones. It really was. But that's it. That's my review for Secret Wars issue number 2. I'm really looking forward to issue number 3. If you picked up this book, let me know if you liked it or disliked it and why in the comments below. Leave your positive and negative comments below. Like, subscribe, share. Follow my Twitter and my Instagram, which is in the description below. Check out my other comic book reviews, which I did do, which I'm putting away right now. I did Secret Wars issue 0, and I did Secret Wars issue number 1. So check out these 2 books before you check out this one. And like, subscribe, share on those 2. But that's it. So for me, your host Toon, aka the Comic Book Thug, have a nice day.
That's all, folks.